implementation, I always like to make the analogy to buying a car. So you can go and get yourself a nice little Ford Focus on one end of it, and you can go all the way up to as expensive as you want, right? You can get yourself a Bugatti. So for small implementations, we're looking at companies that they have very few integrations or customized workflows that need to be considered. And a lot of times these are, implementations that range from about $20,000 to $40,000. We're looking to keep it as close to out of the box as possible. Moving on from there, we have some kind of medium-sized, implementations as well. They're going to require a lot of, or at least some amount of integration. And a lot of times we're having to customize workflows. One of the things that's really important to keep in mind with Odoo is that Odoo is built as a platform that we're trying to make it work for as many different industries as possible. So it's pretty generic. And a lot of companies that once they get to that, medium size, or even if they're a smaller company, but what they do is kind of complex, we need to make sure that Odoo fits for that company. And the only way to do that is to make sure that we customize the workflows to work around them. We'll always make suggestions if we can make it work where we can actually change your workflow to fit Odoo. That's one thing that is always going to be there when it comes to cost. Usually, like I said, that's going to be somewhere in that 40 plus to 80K range. For larger companies, there's a lot of things that we have to consider. So a lot of times there are a number of integrations that have to take place from other softwares. Again, this could be ShipStation. It could be some specialized software that you have specific to your industry. And then the other thing is that, again, Odoo is built as a platform for many companies. A lot of larger companies require a series of workflow changes to Odoo to make it work for their business. So for the smaller end of large projects, they could be looking, 80K plus, and it can go up, to any higher number depending upon what is, needs to be considered for that implementation, especially if there's a lot of data that needs to come over from a prior system.